It is another beautiful day in Ohio, and this is the 300 TBI Carburetor TPI. Back to back today. So we'll start with TPI. So this has been my favorite go-to two-stroke. TPI, oil injection. I love PDS. Look how simple everything is back here. This bike's got about 25 hours on it. I got the Pro Component suspension. This has been my go-to favorite 300 do-it-all two-stroke, and I like 300s, and I think these bikes are so silky smooth. They run totally clean. You can just idle them around, and when you get on the gas, they totally run clean. But they have a carburetor, guys. I think they just have kind of a softness to them in terms of that kind of roll-on feel. And maybe they do. Maybe it's just a little bit when you really roll it. I've always felt they ran pretty good, but some of my carb buddies, guys I ride with, woods guys, they have just never bought into it. Real smooth. I know they've had maybe some mapping issues in that, but boy, this is 21. It's got 25 hours. They've never had an issue with it. My buddy has my 20 model. It's probably got 70 hours and been running clean. No problems. But one thing I have, it's fun, is to be able to jump back and forth on them. But this idle's so low that you can go 70 miles an hour and it idle just like that. And I've got some videos where I've done it and just fly along. So this is Greg's bike. This is a 17. It's got some hours on it, but he's an accomplished off-road guy. Whoop. Huh. He is an accomplished off-road guy, former B-class champion. He has this thing set up, and Keihin carb, because he tried everything on the Makunis, never got it to work right, but immediately you can feel that the carburetor just has that just torquey, just that real grunty feel to it down low. This has an initial throttle response that's just more aggressive than TPI. Now, I don't think it makes any more peak power, but it just feels a little sharper down low. It's just kind of that classic two-stroke feel. And for the carb guys, I think TPI never gave them that feel. I think they kind of missed that. See it just grunt down low, and it's carburetor, it's simple. Dependable. Of course, you do have to do jetting. And I know when Greg has had this bike all over Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky, and this summer he went out to Colorado. So they found, when you get up in the elevation, they had to do a lot of adjustments to the carburetor. So, carb guys, that is still really good. And here is Throttle Body. So this is the latest, greatest. You mix this gas, 60-1, and dual injectors in the Throttle Body. I've had that bike's got almost 7 hours now. I am really enjoying this engine. But it's fun to ride it back to back with the carburetor, because I don't think this thing obsoletes TPI or the carb. For me, it's my favorite engine, maybe my favorite overall engine, because right away you can just feel that instant torque, like a carburetor. It's just right there. It's right there. And then with just a push of a button, you can get it even more of that kind of instant power. I call green map the beast mode. And it just doesn't stop pulling. It is fast. KTM says 58 horsepower at the crank, and I believe it. But the linearity, try to capture that on the video. It's like a 4-stroke torque linear because of the electronic power valve. They're just controlling it so well. It just finds traction. And again, he just lugs down the low RPM. It runs so clean. Listen how smooth that is. So I think if there was ever a fuel-injected bike that could get a carburetor guy off one, TBI. I think it has that low to mid response. It's not a super simple engine. Got an electronic power valve, got a lot of sensors, but boy, it just covers such a broad range. And I'm not in Colorado, so I can't check elevation yet, but I'm sure people will soon. And it's been running pretty good in the temperature ranges. Old school carburetor, still 2 big thumbs up. These things pull so hard. Simple is sometimes better. And if you've got a well sorted, good running 2-stroke with carburetor, mixing gas, it works great. They work. And if you want gas and go simplicity, silky smooth power, idle all day, won't load up, TPI. Man, it is just great to have choices when it comes to 2-strokes, 300s. I'll always have one in my garage. 2 big thumbs up.